Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to March in Topic Time Land. How about that? We are getting to spring. The weather's nice out, no snow on the ground, and I have an awesome guest here tonight, a musician all the way from Bridgeport, Connecticut. He right near the New York line. Oh yeah, they travel long distances to be on Topic Time. But before we get to him, got to read these great underwriters, and then we will commence with the show officially. So, we got 4Life Nutrition in Lakeville. We got Joe's Diner in Taunton. We got Lynch's Towing, Auto Cycle and Truck Center in Brockton, one number for towing, one number for projects. We got D&E Auto Body Collision Center in Bridgewater, 35 years in business. We got Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Stores in Whitman, South Weymouth, Hanson, Abington, and Pembroke. We got Abington Whitman News Corporate Office, there's the number. We got Dancer's Dream in Whitman. We got Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We got Big Lee's Automotive in Abington. We got Middleborough Barbering Company in Middleborough. We got John's Greenhouses and Florist Shop in Brockton. We got A1's Tire and Auto Center in Brockton. We got Doggy Boutique, all-breed professional grooming for dogs and cats, run by my next-door neighbor, Debbie Siddell in Brockton. We got UBG Airsoft and Laser Tag in Bridgewater. We got Easton Fitness right here in the Village Shops in Northeastern. We got the Gun Runner LLC in Middleborough, dedicated to our Second Amendment rights. And we got MDI Auto Brokers and Repair in Whitman, home of the fully certified used car. I want to thank you guys very much. And on that note, I'm going to introduce this dude right here. This is Rex Mazza. He's a Connecticut native, too. He's a musician. He brought a guitar with him, sounded really cool, warming up, and he found me on Facebook. I found him, as usual, as well, I get 98% of my guests. And before I start to profile you, Rex, I want to thank you for coming up here and being on my show tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Okay, very happy to have you up here. All right, well, like I do with all my guests, I want to find out, your history, what you were like as a kid, where you grew up, what you did, that got you into the musical world, realm or whatever. So let's start with that. Where did you grow up? What did you do as a kid? Did you aspire to music? And if not, what did you aspire to? And let's take it from there. And I'll add and throw any questions if I have them. So go ahead.
Well, growing up, I knew I always wanted to do something artsy. I've always been an artsy child.
Okay.
My father played guitar.
Cool.
So he was in the store one day and found a bass.
He was where at the store?
Yeah.
What store?
Guitar Center.
Okay. Whereabouts? Down in Bridgeport?
There's one in Orange.
Orange, Connecticut?
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
So he picked up a bass.
Yeah.
I started playing it, and here we are.
Here we are. Well, how old were you when this occurred?
I was probably about 12.
Okay. All right. So you were already like just a preteen on the cusp of on the cusp of adolescence. Cool. All right. Well, at that point, did you expand it any further in terms of like? You picked up a bass, you played it, and what happened after that in terms of like, did you get recognized? Did you feel you had the gist of it or almost right away? Did you go out? Did you start a band? Did you play in the street? Or did you just do it at home when nobody could hear you? How did you go about manifesting that ability that you found?
A lot of his friends are also musicians.
Okay.
So
your father's, you mean?
Yeah.
Got it.
He used to take me around to different open mics that his friends would run.
Okay.
So I'd be like 13 in a bar, hanging out with all these older guys teaching me really how to play music.
That's
it was
awesome.
A lot of fun. So I did that throughout all of high school.
Yep.
And that's when I started like forming my own bands with people my own age, a little bit older than me.
Okay.
And yeah.
You never look back?
Nope.
Okay, well, you don't look like you're much past high school now, but I'm hunching you got the shades on. I figure you may be hiding your age a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. But I assume that you picked up a lot of ties along the way from doing that. People down there probably know you pretty well now. Yeah, all right. Well, that having been said, though, about the bands, how many bands have you been in your life, if you can ballpark it?
Probably about 7 original bands.
Okay.
And the one I'm currently doing is the only one I've been fronting myself.
Oh, all right. When you say original, you're talking about, no cover bands, right? Everything is original.
No cover bands.
Okay, so everything you do, you write yourself.
Yes.
But when you say original bands, are you talking about groups of people that are all original band members too, and nothing covered, just everything original?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're not the lead. Now you're you started. This is the current one is the one you started. The rest of them were not the ones you started, right?
When I started Residual Self, it was a solo project just for me to like write my own material, play guitar, play bass, do the drums, vocals, and then a few of the other guys that I know in the area from like different open mics started to hit me up and were like, "Hey, can we form a band out of this?" And they started to work with me, and here we are.
Okay, and these guys were older than you. These are the guys that your father would take you to the bars to learn you how to do it, right? Some of them.
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
But the ones I'm currently playing with, I met through those people.
I understand.
That were around my age.
Obviously, you network pretty well. I mean, that's why
yeah.
that's why you're at where you're at now. All right. Well, in terms of venues you performed at so far, where can you? I mean, have you gone to different? You've consistently performed, you know, at bars and clubs now. Have you been on stage anywhere? You said this was your first TV appearance, but I'm wondering, have you had any, you know, performances where you had a large audience prior to this? I'm assuming you did over the years, correct? A lot of them.
Yes, I actually opened up for Johnny Winter at one point.
Oh my goodness, I love Johnny Winter.
Yeah, he's a great guitar player.
He's the one who isn't he the one who did Secret Agent Man? No, wait a minute. That's Johnny Winters. I'm sorry. That was a different guy. But Johnny Winter was. I'm dating myself here. This guy was in the '60s, so you probably weren't even right. Actually, that was Johnny Rivers. Like that. But tell me about. Maybe it's not who I thought I thought I knew. What big tunes did Johnny Winter do that I probably know? Any?
He's done Tattoo Man.
Okay.
His brother did the song Frankenstein. Edgar Winter.
Oh, Edgar, that's it. So that's who I know the name. Edgar Winter. I remember that one. Oh, I know it. Yeah, I grew up with it. I was in high school when that came out. Man, that sent shockwaves through my whole body. I love that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is Edgar Winter still with us?
Edgar is. Johnny is not.
Oh, it's too bad. Well, have you met Edgar?
I have not.
You haven't. Okay. Well, maybe after today you will, because this is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And wow, that's incredible. Now, they were both originally from Connecticut too?
I don't think so.
All right, well, how did you hook up with John Winter then?
He was going to be playing at Toad's Place. And
where?
Toad's Place.
Where's that?
It's in New Haven.
Okay.
It's like one of the biggest venues in the state there.
Got it.
He was going to be playing there.
Yep.
And we were a well-known original band called Fuzzy Bunny and the Dirty Cupcakes.
Okay.
So they actually asked us to open up for him.
Okay. Wow.
And he liked us so much, he actually invited us on the tour bus after.
Wow,
so
that's
we got
awesome.
to hang out with him too. It was pretty nice.
I bet it was. How long ago was this?
Probably about 7 years ago now.
Okay. All right. Well, and you hung out on the tour bus.
Yeah.
But did you from that? Now, did you escalate to that experience to other ones too, where you opened for other bands as well, or did you? I mean, going around just Connecticut, or did you go travel anywhere else in USA, New York, Nashville, L.A., Pago, whatever? That's not in the U.S., but you know what I'm saying.
I've done a few festivals throughout New England and a few in Canada, actually.
Okay.
With a different band.
Yeah,
It was called Just Wingin' It.
All right. Now, have you ever produced a music video?
I've done a few music videos just for like small little things for like Halloween. Like I've done my own version of Cotton Eye Joe. Okay.
And in those videos, do you have actors that do the story out?
I do it all myself.
You do it all yourself, so you basically do the editing as well, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but don't you have? I mean, you actually don't have any you don't have any actors that involved in the videos at all that that work with you. Or, I mean, I don't mean at the production end. I mean on the acting end, so that they looks like they're part of, like they're coagulating with your song.
No.
You haven't done it, because that might be a cool idea. If you're obviously pretty talented with this stuff, and I mean, something like that, a music video from a guy that's been doing it as long as you have would be really cool.
Yeah.
And you might be able to, and I've had people on the show that have produced music videos and have done very well with them. So I had a girl a couple of years ago come all the way up from Key West, Florida, singer-songwriter. She did a song here that she performed that she wrote. Then she turned it into a music video. Vivo produced it, and she got over 1 million hits on YouTube.
That's awesome.
It is, yeah. She's doing pretty well. She's all over the country. And the fact that she came all the way up here, 1,100 miles to do my show, was something her mother planned. It was a really big career move for her. It didn't hurt my career either, to have someone like that up here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, but guess what? We're 1/3 of the way through the show. So now that we've talked about how you got established, we're going to hear you play one of your original numbers. So right now, I'm going to sit back and Mazza, you're going to play something here. And you want to name the tune and.
Yeah, this one's called Bloody Tears.
Rex Mazza, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sounds awesome. Like almost like alternative rock. Is that what you classify it as? I would. It sounds like something I hear on WFNX, which is that kind of a radio station in here in the Boston area.
Yeah, I think like my music, it's too heavy to be rock, but not heavy enough to be metal. Like I'm.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, that's what makes it
Yeah.
alternative, because it's sort of like in the middle. It's like it sort of defies both of the categories, but it meets sort of like it's like the halfway dividing line between the two.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, good. Okay, that sounded pretty good.
Thank you.
And now, have you ever had any radio airplay somewhere?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
We have a lot of airplay throughout Australia,
Wow.
Japan,
Okay.
Germany, and then there's a Connecticut station, 104.1, that plays us.
That's awesome. Are they are they at New Haven too?
Yes,
Oh, cool. Okay, that sounds like the major rock station down there.
it is.
Okay. Well, in terms of now, when you say they play your stuff, they play you. Have you performed live there, or just everything that you do is that you perform that they play is on a CD or both, or what?
It's on a CD and it's on Spotify.
Okay.
We've been digitally distributed throughout the world, and we just got signed actually to a label called Slip Trick Records.
What's it called?
Slip Trick Records.
Slip Trick?
Yeah.
Cool. And are they national or are they international?
International.
And where are they out of Australia? For some reason, I'm thinking Australia.
They're actually out of Italy.
Italy, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
But you didn't mention that as one of the countries where you perform. But I mean, on where they hear you. But evidently, they hear you there. They hear you there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I reached out to them at some point last year.
Okay.
Gave them my new demo, and it's actually going to be released next month.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of now that you've been signed, what happens now? What happens how are you going to distribute your music all from Italy? I mean, everything's online now, obviously, especially with the virus.
Yeah.
But
it's also going to be a physical release of it too, though.
it's going to be what?
Physically released on a CD.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're going to perform it in Connecticut, and they're going to release it on the CD from Italy, correct?
Yes.
And then they're going to distribute it all over the world.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. That sounds like a pretty good deal for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, how many in your current band?
There's 3 of us.
Okay, all guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had any women in any of your bands that you've been in?
Nah, I want to though.
Well, I mean, as someone who's been a connoisseur of good music for many years, and I'm sure you're familiar with Steely Dan.
Yes.
Okay. For years I was waiting for them to go on tour because they felt their music was so good or they was so not good, but they felt that the recording technology was so inferior that they didn't want to go live. I mean, not the live technology. Years ago, I don't know if you were around or not back then, but there was a time when a lot of bands sounded better with their recorded music than live music. So Steely Dan didn't go live for a long time. Finally, they did in the 90s, and I got to see them at Great Woods, which is an outdoor venue. I don't know if it's in Massachusetts, in Mansfield, Mass., which is a couple of towns from here, and they were amazing. Now, what I'm getting at with you is that they brought, when they play their music, they have female backup singers, and I'm thinking for you, it might be kind of cool to see if you could get some involved. Have you ever tried to reach out to women, to young women, and try to be in your band?
I have a few friends that sing, but they've never actually wanted to pursue it really.
Really? They didn't want to? Okay. In terms of, I'm just curious, how about the groupies? You get a lot of them down there? Will you?
Occasionally.
Okay, that's I'm always hoping I hear that from people that do what you do.
Yeah.
Now, when your CD is produced, are you going to have like a really cool cover? Are you going to show you're going to just be your mug and your two friends?
Oh no, I've got some hot girls on the cover.
All right.
That
Well, there you go. I
helps.
figured you'd find some reason to have them around for
Oh, yeah.
for your band. That's great.
Yeah, I got them dressed up as like succubus kind of demons.
Okay.
So the album's going to be called Revenge.
Okay. Cool. All right. Have you ever done any other kind of entertainment? Have you ever done any acting, any modeling, anything like that, or anything at all?
I actually have done some acting.
Stuff? Well, go ahead. Tell me about it.
I tried to pursue it. I got like a small little role here and there.
Within
Mostly in,
films
like,
or plays
student
or
films
both?
mostly.
Okay.
And then I was almost on the show Scream Queens, but I didn't land the role fully. So
Is that a national show? Nationally
Yes, it is.
syndicated? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep trying. If that's what you want to do. Obviously, you're very happy doing your music, and it
Yeah.
probably takes up most of your time.
it does.
It does. Okay. And speaking of that, I mean, how do you pretty much spend your week with your band? Just how many hours a week do you guys practice? Would you say?
We get together once a week for about 3 hours.
Okay, just once a week. Well, what do you do during the downtime? Do you just perform somewhere?
I mostly do it all myself.
You do it all yourself?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
and
come
of
up
course
with new
right now you're
demos.
mostly on virtual anyway.
Yeah.
Well, before the virus hit though, you had plenty of gigs, I assume, right?
Yeah, we were doing a show at least once a month.
Okay, well, okay. And all in Connecticut, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you find this record band in Italy? I guess a record producer in Italy. I assume that was also online as well.
Yeah, like I said, like a lot of my free time is with music, so I'll always be trying to research different companies that are doing things that are similar to what we're doing.
Right.
I'll reach out to all of them because you never know what can happen.
I know, exactly, obviously.
Here we are. Yeah.
Now, did you go to college for music? Did you go to school for it?
I did not.
You never did, okay. And so you just went to high school, graduated. Did you go to college at all?
I did. I got a degree in graphic design.
Where?
Pear.
Pear?
Yeah.
Is that in Connecticut? What is that?
It's an art college in Connecticut.
How do you it's spelled like the fruit pear? P-E-A-R?
No, but that's their logo.
Okay. Sounds like an interesting school.
Yeah.
I mean, well, have you ever, when you were there, did you perform music for the kids? You know, for the other students?
No.
Really?
No.
You just didn't even want to bother? I figured maybe we kind of like get parties and stuff. Well, all right. Well, speaking of that, what about, do you get hired out for parties anywhere, or private stuff aside from the bar gigs you do, or have you?
We don't really. We'll play at like our friends' parties when they throw them, but
you don't get hired out for. You don't try to put yourself out there to get more gigs like that, or you just don't want to do it. You figure it's
the
waste of
backyard
time.
like kind of party stuff isn't really our scene.
It isn't. Okay. All right. Well, I guess if that's how you feel, that's the way it should be. I mean, you know what you're doing. It seems to have worked so far.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, but as far as writing new music, how much time of the week do you spend doing that?
Probably about 2 or 3 hours a day.
Wow, so that is your big thing, is you spend more time writing than anything else.
Yeah, and then I just bring it to the rest of the band, and we try and hash it all out and make a song out of it.
Are you the only one that writes in the band, or all three of you do?
I write the foundations, and then they do what they feel off it, and I'll tell them what I'm thinking, how it goes.
Okay, well, guess what? We're gonna hear another number from you, because we're 2/3 of the way through the show. So go ahead, perform it, name the title, and then we'll wrap the show up like we planned.
This one is called Mistress of Pain. Cool. It's the
title.
single for the upcoming album.
Cool. Wow, that was as grungy a rock as I've heard since Nirvana. That was awesome.
Nirvana is one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, I figured there might be some inspiration there.
Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. Okay, that's definitely a stellar tune that you got going on there. That is that says it all. So, just curious, aside from Nirvana, what about any other bands that inspired you to to perform what you do?
Smashing Pumpkins is one of the main
That
ones.
would have been the other guess. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then Rob Zombie.
Okay, yep.
Typo Negative.
Yeah, wow. Well, you're definitely in their league as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that is amazing. Okay, so have you ever thought of maybe creating your own radio station online too, that you could broadcast from, to make your own music? I mean, you could probably do that now. I had a DJ guest, that woman from Connecticut that I interviewed a couple of weeks ago. She has her own radio station that's online, and have you ever thought of maybe DJing your own music at some point? That'd be kind of cool. Just a thought.
I mostly do like Spotify playlists that I share,
Yep.
and then people can listen to them that way.
All right, but you don't have you wouldn't, I don't know. You feel like you got a voice that might work as a radio DJ as well.
I've been told that a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I might, just an idea. Okay, so you tried acting, it didn't work out. All right, what about you look like you're in good shape. Do you work out every day?
Absolutely not. Never worked out a day in my life.
Never worked out a day in your life. You eat.
I'm lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're like that song. We just stay skinny, so we don't eat, so we'll stay skinny from Nickelback. Yeah, you all want to be big rock stars. Oh, cool. Okay, but you have plenty of energy, obviously.
Oh yeah.
That's good. All right. So now that we're coming up to the weather's warming up, have you doing any outdoor venues at all? Like have you ever done any? I mean, like during the day, in the summer, everybody's at the beach and stuff. Have you ever done something like that?
I played at a beach a few times with a cover band at one point.
Oh, a cover band. I thought you were all originals though.
The bands I work with are mostly all original.
Yeah.
But I did work with one cover band for a while, which was my father's friends.
Your father's friends. Okay.
Yeah.
What about that? Yeah, okay. Well, guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
All right.
Made it go by. But I want to leave you with that idea. Maybe this summer, when the weather warms up, you get out on the beach and start perform with your current band. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I expect that would be maybe even at the Newport Jazz Festival. I'm just thinking that in Rhode Island. Something like that, because that attracts a lot of people out. It would give you great exposure.
Yeah,
but you obviously know how to do that. But that'd be great. Local stuff. Well, listen, I hope you had fun with me tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great time.
Thank you. Yeah, same here. So here's what I want you to do. First thing, I want you to look at the camera, give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, because a lot of them are going to see it. We'll condense them, and then we'll wrap the show up. So go ahead.
All right. Hey, Mom, Dad. Hey, Sasso. Hey, Josh. Hey, Trevor.
There you go. Well, if you had a good time with me tonight, the other thing I'm going to ask is that you talk to the people that you're either in your band or people that are interesting that might have done music, or friends of yours that have other interesting stories to tell. You got my digits. Have them text me or call me, and we'll get them on the show.
Will do.
If they have to come up, get to come up here. All right. Well, yeah, you did a great job with me tonight.
Thank you.
You're quite a performer, and I'm so glad I was able to touch base with you. You seem like you're definitely a free spirit, and that's definitely what I wanted. I always like to have free spirits on the show. That makes the time go by fast. Makes my job much easier.
All right.
All right. Well, on that note, are you ready to wrap the show up like we began it with my music?
Let's do it.
All right, folks. Great. Thank you to Rex Mazza. Great job, and we'll see you next time. More great episodes to follow. See you next time on Topic Time. Take care. Have a good one.